Lyle, great to have you. We were speaking with Tony Krasinski over at PIMCO this morning, and he was speaking generally about the bond markets. 2019 is going to be a coupon clipping sort of year. As we fold this into munis, into your world, how are you looking at total returns with coupon and perhaps some negative price action?
Sure. Good morning, Taylor. I would agree with Tony. I think that we've become much more constructive on the market in here. From a fundamental economic perspective, I think you're starting to see a slowdown globally here in the U.S., Europe, and in China. The Fed, I think we would argue, is getting closer to the end of the rate hike cycle. And therefore, in our portfolios, we've been extending duration. I think the other thing you need to consider in today's environment is that coupon levels are a lot higher today than they were 6 to 12 to 18 months ago. And as a fixed income investor, that coupon can overcome a lot of potential price deterioration. So from a total return perspective, I think next year is setting up to be, again, I would agree with Tony, a year where you can clip your coupon. And depending upon what happens from an economic perspective, I could even envision a scenario where you could get some positive price performance.
Talk to me about how constructive you are in the high yield sector. Any sectors generally that you're positive on, or are you concerned about some cracks?
We're a little bit concerned about some cracks in the high yield sector. Again, I think in the muni market, you got to look at technicals in terms of what our cash flows in the mutual funds look like, because that can overwhelm fundamentals. But then you also have to combine it with what is going on from a fundamental perspective. What we saw over the last 6 to 8 weeks was that cash flows turned negative. You had some mutual funds see some redemptions. At the same time, you had some negative news surrounding the tobacco market that put price pressure on tobacco bonds. The whole concept of, are they going to ban menthol cigarettes from a long-term perspective? That's a story that'll take some time to play out, but it could dramatically impact cigarette consumption, which plays into the valuation of those securities. Away from that, I think you're also starting to see some deals that were priced a year and a half, 2 years ago that are coming online in the CCRC sector, where you're seeing fill-up levels be below projections. You have a few large deals like the American Dream deal and the Brightline Railroad deal down in Florida that, again, were priced a year and a half, 2 years ago, where you had cap I for a period of time. We'll have to see how those ramp up, what projections look like.